What up? What up? What up, Danielle? What's going on, Hardyville? Okay, cool.
Thanks, Dave. Emergency managers in Allendale are preparing for power outages and flooding in low-lying areas ahead of the storm.
Good evening and welcome to the news now at 10 o'clock. I'm Danielle Lewan with your latest digital headlines. And all of you are still extremely curious about Hurricane Florence. Now, I am off of I-95. I'm on the Hardeeville exit. I know it's pretty dark behind me. I came off of that interstate because it is dark, and just for safety purposes, wanted to stay clear of all of that traffic. But I'm on the I-95 corridor because this has been a major evacuation route for a lot of you, especially coming from North Carolina, South Carolina, to head southward out of the path of Hurricane Florence. But I-95 today is also a main barrier. I want to show you a map of where some of these low country officials have distinguished flood zones. Now, again, no mandatory evacuation out of the low country area, Beaufort, Jasper, Hampton counties. However, today they decided that Jasper County in that flood zone A you're seeing on your map, folks there are highly encouraged to head towards higher ground. That's because that flood zone is extremely risky with those lower lying areas that are prone to flooding. Now, where I spent my time today was Jasper County up towards Ridgeland, where a lot of folks were evacuating to a shelter. Here's the catch, though. Because we don't have this mandatory evacuation, so many folks were telling me in person and online on WTOC's Facebook that they were worried about losing their jobs. Without a mandatory evacuation, employers can still hold people in their occupations and not let them evacuate. So a lot of folks I know are staying put at their occupations, but folks I spoke to today heading to those shelters, heading out of those high-risk flood zones into those areas. But WTOC has had team coverage all throughout the low country. I want to skip on over out of Jasper County into Beaufort County. This is where residents are a lot closer to the coast. That's Bluffton, that's Hilton Head. And they have been doing all of the essential preparations today. Sandbags, still boarding up windows. Again, we're not expecting a direct hit, but at this point, we're monitoring Florence extremely closely and any impacts that could come out of this storm. So folks here are not taking any risks at all. We spoke with officials there who, again, without a mandatory evacuation, we have limited resources, but they are extremely proud and confident in their residents that are being hands-on and taking care of those things before the storm hits, and especially before they go out of town and their homes are left vacant. Last place I want to skip on over to is still in Beaufort County. That's our Hilton Head Island beaches. With a lot of folks leaving town, these tolls are still open. That means if you're passing on 278 out towards Hilton Head Island, these toll roads are still open. You're not going to have to pay any fees. You don't have to have a pass because they want to allow people that need to get out of there to go ahead and go while this storm is approaching very quickly. Also, though, we still have folks bunkering down out there. WTOC has seen several people still in those ocean waters. We've caught up with surfers that are enjoying those tides, those waves. They say they look forward to storms so they can get out there, but lifeguards, emergency management officials want to remind everybody these strong rip currents. You might be looking out there at those waters, looking out at the ocean, and it might seem very calm to you, but those strong rip currents underneath can pull you under just as quickly. So they're encouraging everybody, if you're on the coast, if you're on Hilton Head, if you're still staying out there for vacation, if you're a local, do not get in the water above your shins. Again, strong rip currents. But WTOC will continue to track Hurricane Florence and its path in its entirety. We've had team coverage out in Statesboro, Screven County, into the Georgia Savannah area, and that's because we're still expecting rainfall and some impacts from this storm as it takes that southward turn and hook inland. So we're making sure that we're tracking all of those areas, but we will have the next updates coming up on the news at 11 with Dawn Baker and myself. That is the CBS affiliate in Savannah, Georgia. For most of you, that's going to be channel 11, depending on what TV program that you have. And we will again be wrapping up this entire area, all updates that you need to know. But the best thing that you need to do on top of our newscasts is download the WTOC News app or go ahead and save the website to your favorites. And that's because we have a hurricane resources tab. I'm looking at it on my phone right now. Any question that I have had today has been answered in this Hurricane Resources tab. It has absolutely everything from every location, and it is updated minute by minute by our WTOC team. So I strongly encourage all of you, as we're heading into this weekend and we're going to see these impacts firsthand, to go ahead and grab this app. But I'm going to go ahead and get ready for this 11 o'clock newscast, so I make sure that I have the latest information for all of you. But I hope you have a wonderful night, and all of you are taking the preparations to make sure that you're safe.